Hello friend, how are you? Let's start with a brief introduction. My name is Atmesh Dimul and I'm going to make a video on how to use a style transfers and how to use it with a deep neural network. So the main agenda of this video is to have a content image like you can see in the third row. I have a man, and then not go for third, let's go for a fourth image. I have a girl, and then I have a style image. So what I am going to do with the style image, I am going to take the styles, and from the content image I am going to take the content, and by training a new model I am getting a merge of both. Like you can see in the subsequent image, I am getting the both content and a style in a single image. So this is the main agenda of this video. So let's get started. I hope you will be learn something new from this video, and for any query you can always comment out. So let's get started. So before moving further, let's talk about what is style transfer. This is the new word. I don't know what is style transfer. So let's go for Wikipedia for this. So according to the Wikipedia, neural style transfer refers to a class of software algorithm that manipulate digital image or video in order to adapt the appearance or visual style of another image. So basically I will have a content image and then I will have a style image, and our main motive is to merge these two images to make a new image. Like you can see here, I have a picture of Mona Lisa and there is some style image which is not shown here, and by merging both of these two I am getting a new picture. These pictures, like you can see, with used with different style, like this was made with a wave image and this was made with some other image. Like you can see, we get a very new and attractive images. So these will be our motive, and let's talk about what will be the technology I will be using. So as you can see, this is my one of my article I wrote on, I think, December 24 2020. So I am creating a video on it right now with a hands-on on how to do right. So talking about the technology, first I have taken the reference from this image style transfer using convolutional by Catis, and for the framework I am using a PyTorch. For those who don't know what is PyTorch, let's take a brief introduction. So PyTorch is basically an open source machine learning library based on the Torch library. It is developed by Facebook Research Lab, and it's the must use library and these days hot topics too. Like we also have another library known as Google TensorFlow that was developed by Google, and this is PyTorch. This is developed by Facebook. Both the frameworks are their best and I have so much of numerous applications. So like this style transfer can also be done with TensorFlow, can also be done with neural network, PyTorch. I am going with the neural network. I am going with the PyTorch. So let's talk about how we will be working with style transfer. So if you have a so for those who don't know what is neural network, what is machine learning, so you can take a brief introduction in the internet if you want, but there will be no need. I will be taking a deep explanation for you. So if you have a assignment, or you can say learn new things about deep neural networks and how to use it in different scenarios, so this will be the video. In this I am using a 19-layer VGG network, which is a model trained and already available in the internet. So I don't have to create a model from the starting, and I will use that model only, and then after that I will use my some other layers. Means I will get all the this much layers, and after that I will use some custom layers at the last so as to get my image. So this is the block that I have given. Like this is the separating style, like I have a image and then I have a style, and then I am getting a new image with this. So like you can see PyTorch network, and this is VGG network. It's a model that is already available at PyTorch. You can take a issue on that. So before doing the hands-on lab, I have already created a repository. I will attach the link to the description of this video. So let's get started. You can clone this repository. If you don't know how to clone, just open your command prompt or terminal. I hope you will have git installed. Just write git clone and then paste that link, this link, which you can get from here. After that you can press enter and it will clone in your computer. I hope you also have installed the Jupyter Notebook. If you don't know what is Jupyter Notebook is basically a Python, you can say a notebook that is based on Python, and it's widely used for use models and different purposes. So After cloning the repository, you can say that I have this Python notebook, Jupyter notebook file, and some images here. Like when you open the neural network, Jupyter network, you will get the images here, and this will our main file that I will be using here. So let's get started with a brief introduction. So as I have said, I have taken reference from this Getty's PDF. You can take the reference from here, and I will be using PyTorch as a framework, and then a 19-layer VGG network for training. Which, like you can say, it is comprise a series of convolutional and pooling layers and a few connected layers. In the image below, the convolutional layer are based on stacks. So stack, like you can see in the image, I have so many of convolutional layer and then pooling layer and then again convolutional layer and then again pooling layer. So what is this convolutional layer, what is this pooling layer? Don't get confused. Like this pink is our image. This image can be seen by our eyes, but computer can't see this image right now. They only sees the numbers zeros and one, and so they only see a 3D matrix. And they don't know what to extract because they don't have any idea. So these convolutional layers are used for extracting the important features from an image, and then pooling layer is used to, then you can say, to make a miniature of this image, like to reducing the size. Like you can say the convolutional layer, this blue one is big, and then I'm reducing the size, or you can say I'm extracting the important features to a smaller matrix. Then again I'm using convolutional layer, then again smalling it to reduce a matrix, then again convolutional, then again smaller matrix. So this is the basic idea of having a deep neural network. Like if you have worked on the images before with deep neural network, so these are the convolutional poly and then max pooling and then ReLU, sigmoid functions. These are the things that are used for training images. So the same here, same we also have a motive here. We have to train image, but we have already a trained image, so we don't need to again train the image. We just use the pre-trained image and get the output from our images. So like let's go to our agenda. Style transfer relies on separating the content and style of an image. Given one content image and one style image, we have a aim to create a new target image which should contain our desired content and style component. Means content image से हमारा content and style image से हमारा style, and then we get a target image. You can see that it's quite beautiful, na? This cat and this wave are making a good picture. So we have then the image which have object and the arrangement are known as content image. The image which have style, colors and textures are known as style image. So we have to both merge these images. So let's get started. As our first step, we have to import the libraries. Let's go to the libraries one by one. This is a pill library known as Pillow, and I will be using image function to get the images helper functions like that. This is IO library to get the bytes, transferring image into a bytes and then read vice versa. This is a matplotlib library. This is used for plotting images in this notebook, or you can say plotting graphs. And then NumPy. NumPy is basically a array, or you can say a Python list, but it is much faster because it is compiled in C++. Most of the part of NumPy is written in C++, so it's have a very high computational, and we also need a high computational for this learning a model. If you don't have a good GPU graphic processor unit, you will train your model very slowly, and that will not be good. So I hope you have a good graphic power, and if you don't have, use the Kaggle. Kaggle is a online, you can say, a machine learning data science community, and they offer a free GPU hours, I think 40 hours. So that's more than enough for this project. You can also use for some other projects. Kaggle is very good for this. So where was I? And then I have a torch. Torch is basically a PyTorch. I'm importing that, and then optimizer functions, and then request is for sending the request to the internet, and then torch vision for transforming image and loading the models. So if you don't have any libraries, these functions will already download the libraries for you, but they will have bigger size. I think 500 to 600 MB. These torch files are very big. So download these files. After that, in the next function, I am getting the model VGG19 from the models. Models is already present inside in our internet by the PyTorch community. You just have to download it. Here I am passing the pre-trained is equal to true, means that I don't have to train my model. My model is already trained. And the next attribute is features. Like if you know, model is contained of two things. One is feature and another is classifier. Feature is used to train our model, and classifier is to predict the output from our model. But in this question, in this agenda, I'm not have to classify anything, is it? I don't want to classify anything. I just want to take the images as an intermediate result that will be getting when I will be training my model. So this is why I'm also getting only features so that I can save net and only use the things that I want. Next line is a VGG parameters. Like if you have knowledge of neural network, when the model is trained and then to correct the features, I have to go for a backtracking. I have to take the gradient of the mistakes that I have found and then change the parameters according to it. But as again said, I don't have to train my model, so I'm freezing all my required gradient. So I don't have to waste my time because it take a too much time. And if we don't do this, our model will take much time. So this is basically this cell. Now the next cell is torch.device. Torch.device is a function which let us know that if our system has a GPU or not. If we have a GPU, then the model is loaded on our GPU, and if we don't have a GPU, then our model is loaded as CPU. Like if we run this, also I forgot to run this. This will download your library, this will download your model, and then this will make you freeze your parameters. This will also take your net, I think 500 MB to download the model. And next line, if I run, you can say CUDA. CUDA is basically you can say GPU libraries or GPU libraries used to GPU drivers, you can say basically. So I have GPU installed on my computer, and here you can say this is our model. You can say our model have convolutional layer, then a ReLU, then again convolutional, then again ReLU, then max pool layer, then convolutional, then ReLU, then ReLU, then so it will take a very much time if we do it from the starting, and to train it will take a so much time, maybe 2 to 3 hours or 5 6 hours, I don't know. But I have already trained, so I don't have to take this much of time. So our next line is to get some helper functions. You know helper function are the utility functions that may be used in our intermediate process. So first helper function is load image. This ML will load image from the path if you have locally available image, and if you put the internet image, you can also download that image. So it will download the image from the internet, and if you pause the local path, then it will take the image from the local. Then again it will do some processing. I haven't passed the shape, so the image will not be shaped. And then I have some other transforms like transform or resize, and then transfer it to a tensor. Tensor is basically used to get a faster computation on models. Tensors are the unit for training, you can say. And then I have to transform, like you can say that our image is based on RGB channel na? Then I will be have a 3D matrix, 3 matrix of 3 channels, 3 2D matrix of 3 channels. So what I am doing, I am squeezing this or making this into one array, and then passing it at a batch dimension. You don't need to go to this much deep, just understand the basic. Next is to load the image. Like I have loading the octopus image, which is available in our here in the images folder, and the second image is our Hockney. This is the style image, this is the content image. So the next function is ImConvert. Like I already said, the image is already seen by us, but they can't be seen by computer. We have to pass it as a tensor or NumPy. So this is the processing for transferring the image to a tensor network or NumPy. Then again let's see the images. Like if you load the function, then this function, then ImConvert. Like you can say these are our two images that I will be using. This will be our content image, this will be our style image. So let's go further. As I already showed you, this is my VGG model. Now the next function is get features. This function is used to get the features from our model, images. So as represented in the Getty's PDF that I represented above, he said that by using these features, or by using these convolutional layer, we can get the extraction of the features, and then we can merge it in a content image. It's all written in the Getty's PDF. You can take the reference of there. So the same, I am getting the layers, and then I am extracting the models from there. Next is a gram matrix. Gram matrix, as you can say, the output of every convolutional layer is a tensor with dimension as a batch size, and then height and width. So gram matrix can be calculated by getting the depth width of the tensor, and then reshaping the tensor to a spatial dimension, and then flattening it. And then we can gram matrix by multiplying these two images. So this is our gram matrix. It is basically used for accuracy and model checking. So you can take that. So next part is putting it all together. Now I have all my functions, helper function, I have my model, I have my functions, I have my libraries. So let's get started from the work. I am getting the get features from my content image, style features from our style image, and a style matrix, gram matrix from these two images. You can see, and then we have some loss and weights. If you have machine learning understanding, you know what's loss. Loss is basically the loss that get when the model is done one iteration, and then weights are the parameters that are set by the initially set, and then we have to arrange these weights. So as I have extracted the convolutional layer that I will be using, and these are some of my hyperparameters. You can take the reference. I have attached the as much as I can. So this is our model. So this is our main code. I have make a to show every whenever 100 iteration is done, so as a image. So I will be running for total 2000 iteration, means our image will be iterating for over 2000 times. So here is our main function. You can see here we are getting the features, we are getting the content loss, then we are using the target feature, target gram, and then we are comprising calculating our loss, and then again we are using the backward to back propagate, and then to store total loss. So if you run the model, this will take time, I think 50 to 20 minutes, but to save time I have already run the model. Like you can say this was our first time, no changes. You can see there are no changes, quite significant. And the next model you can see some color changes, some difference from the second image coming. Then again we are having again some images, and then again we are having some styles from the second image, and then styles from the second image. So our original image was like this. By taking the style image, our image become like this. This will also run for further times, but I haven't run. You can run that will take time, but you can run. So this is our final model. This was our content image. By taking the style image, it converted into this. So you can say these are very good now. And there are many other more images presented here. You can take the reference, or you can use the internet to get more images. At last, these are the references. Image transfer I set by Getty, and second is the Udacity Intro to Machine Learning with PyTorch. This was the, you can say, the course from where I learned the PyTorch and machine learning. You can take the reference. It's a very good course. So I hope I was able to understand. I was able to give you some intuition about these models, and I hope you will be able to learn something new. So I will be attaching the GitHub link, all these things in the descriptions. You can take the blog if you want to read. You can get the GitHub repository. You can get this Python notebook. All this in the GitHub, so that you can work on your own. For any queries, do let me know on the YouTube. I'm available on YouTube, and or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. So just a minute, I'm having a network problem. So I am having a network problem. Don't go for that. You can connect me on LinkedIn if you want. I will attach the link. You can take the GitHub repository, I attach the below. You can also connect me on there. So I hope that was today. This much is okay for today. So for any doubt, please ping me. Don't be shy. I will try to take your queries as much as I can. Till then, happy learning.